Hello children, I hope you are all happy and safe. Welcome to this special English hour. Here, every day, we will learn something new in a fun and exciting way. While learning a language, it's very important that we keep learning new words. I would now like to share with you a few new words. Please listen to me carefully and note them down in your notebook. We will come across these words in the passage that we'll be reading today. Please try to look out for these words and guess their meaning. The first word is nestles. 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 Symposium. 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 Discriminate. 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 Laments. 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 Subjugated. 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 Children, if you have a textbook, please open page number 31. We will be reading the lesson, Nature created man and woman as equal. Please point to the words as I read. If you don't have a textbook, please see your TV screens and listen to me carefully. Also, look out for the new words that we just listed and try to guess their meaning. Nature created man and woman as equals. The house and its surroundings are a sight of peace in the early morning of April. It nestles by the side of a small stream of crystal clear water. The stream tumbles down the green mountains only 2 miles or so away. There is a stretch of hundreds of acres of fertile land rolling with yellow mustard flowers between the mountain range and the house. A garden is in front of the house. Trees of many kinds bearing flowers of various hues and fruits grow on all sides of the house. The courtyard smells of jasmine, which blooms in bunches of white pearls. The fragrance mingles with the thin smoke that rises from sweet-smelling incense sticks. The burning incense sticks are glowing at the altar of God in the middle of the courtyard. Children, the writer gives a beautiful description of the house. That the house is nestled between a stream and a range of mountains. The courtyard of this house is very beautiful. Come, let's read further to know more. Ashambi is in her reading room. and is busy writing an article. She is a middle-aged mother of 3 children and a journalist and women's rights activist. Lanthoi, her youngest daughter, enters the room. She is an intelligent girl. Today, she looks thoughtful and she takes a seat by her mother's side. At the sight of her child, Ashangbi lovingly asks, "Have you finished your study, my dear?" "Yes, mother, I finished it last night. Today, being Sunday, I want to do something interesting." Lanthoi says and waits for her mother's response. "Tell me what you want to do," Ashangbi asks her, quite amused. "Mother, tomorrow I am going to represent the Siroi Lily House as a speaker in a symposium at our school. The topic is God created men and women as equals. Will you spare some time to have a discussion with me?" Lanthoi presses on her mother. Lanthoi has just had a discussion with her father on the topic. Tomba, her father, is a husband supportive of the activities of his wife and a loving father. He is a lawyer and a social worker who advocates the cause of women. He is always proud of his wife, the 2 daughters and the son. In times of need, he extends his helping hand to his wife and children and to the society at large. He does not discriminate between a man's work and a woman's work anywhere. He shares equally with his wife in doing the household chores like cleaning, washing, cooking, and feeding the children. Had he not shared in these activities in the way he does, his wife would not have been a successful professional. He wholeheartedly believes in equality, irrespective of class, religion, and gender. In his discussion with his daughter, he laments over the great injustice done on women in the society, telling her, "My dear child, the world is still full of inequalities. We have to find a way to bring equality between men and women." Lanthoi is a teenage girl. She is going to participate in a symposium in her school. She is going to present on a topic. The topic is titled, "God made men and women as equals." She needed some guidance on preparing her points for the discussion. So she came to her mother for some advice. Lanthoi's mother, Ashangbi, herself is a women's rights activist and a journalist. She wanted to guide Lanthoi the right way. Lanthoi had already had a discussion with her father, Tomba. Tomba is a lawyer and a social activist. He is a very loving father and a very supportive husband. Her father's words are still ringing in the ears of Lanthoi, and she tells her mother of what her father has told her. Appreciative of her husband for his views, Ashangbi says, "Your father is right. In no society do women enjoy the same opportunities enjoyed by men. It is because of your father that I feel no difference or inequality at home. But outside our home, I have seen that women have been subjugated in many ways. It is against the will of God. God has sent men and women to our earth to share the joys and sorrows of life equally, to share His blessings and to enjoy the bounty of nature equally. This is what your topic means." When Lanthoi shares with her mother Ashangbi what her father Tomba's views were, Ashangbi is very appreciative of her husband's views and further adds to it by saying that God has created men and women as equals. They are both created and sent to earth to enjoy the joys and sorrows of life equally. Ashangbi knows well that men and women are equal. Women, who are half of the human race, are as important as men. She writes and talks about such topics. Her daughter, though a child, also understands well that her mother is not a person of lesser quality than her father. She says, "Our home is full of love with you, mother." The mother beams with joy at the words of her daughter. As a matter of fact, mother is the fountain of love in a family. This bond of love is beyond comparison with anything else in the world. It is because of this that motherhood has been glorified and women accept the challenges in life to become a mother. After listening to both her parents, Lanthoi tells her mother that she also feels very proud of her and feels that their house is full of love and warmth just because of her mother. Showing deep affection, Ashangbi continues. Pioneer women testify to the equality of women with men. Actually, life is not possible without both women and men. Lanthoi has been fascinated by the stories of pioneer women. Her grandmother had narrated many stories of the brave queens like Linthoin Gambi and Kuran Ganayani, who were as brave as kings. There were also many brave women among the common people. These women, as her grandmother narrated, were makers of home, family, society, and the nation. They were civilizing influences. At the same time, they were also adventurers who claimed their shares in free land, plowed and raised crops with their own hands and drove cattle. Modern women have become mountaineers, naturalists, astronauts, scientists, soldiers, and political leaders. This proves that there is nothing a woman cannot do
and also that women and men were created as equals.
Ashangbi tells Lanthoi once again that women can do anything and can take up any work and are equal to men.
Then she asks her mother further, "Mother, you've thrown light on the equality of men and women and also have emphasized that the world is still an unequal world. Then what I would like to know is if there are moral, social and legal provisions to enable women to express their physical and mental potential and to set themselves free from suppression." Amazed at the curiosity of her daughter, Ashangbi adds, "There are many under the aegis of the United Nations. There is a declaration for a new world of equality. It has the following dimensions: equal access to basic social services, including health and education, equal participation in political and economic decision making, equal reward for equal work, and elimination of discrimination and violence against women." Then the mother concluded, "My dear daughter, we can affirm along with the United Nations that men and women are equals." After listening to her mother Ashangbi, Lanthoi asks her a question. In a world where men and women are equal, if women are always subjected to inequality, are there any moral, social or legal provisions for women to express their mental and physical potential? To this, Ashangbi replies and says that the United Nations supports equality of men and women, and it has also shared a declaration for a more equal world. Lanthoi understands what her mother means and what the topic of the symposium means. Thus, confident of success, the next day, after thanking her mother, the girl of 12 happily rushes out of the room in the bright morning sun. The blue sky meets the range of the eastern mountains. The small girl is always fascinated by the small trail which winds up the distant purple mountain. Children, in this lesson, we learn about how men and women have been created equal by nature. It is only in society that there are different norms that are forced in a different fashion on men and women, and that is what causes inequality. As we move into the future, into the 21st century, it is most important that men and women are treated equally. And to build a society where men and women are equal, it is we who need to practice and believe in this fact every day. Children, I hope you liked this story and will also take the message from it. Children, it's time for an activity now. In this activity, we will learn types of pronouns. We know about personal pronouns, that is I, you, my, he, she, etc. But I would also like to share with you today about demonstrative, relative and interrogative pronouns. Would you like to know about them? Then come, let me explain it to you. Children, now we will learn about demonstrative pronouns. This, that, these, those point to some noun. These are known as demonstrative pronouns. For example, this is a kingfisher. Those are herons. Such pronouns are called demonstrative pronouns. Let us have a look at the next set of pronouns. Relative pronouns. Some pronouns not only replace nouns but also connect two sentences. For example, biology is a science. It studies living organisms. Biology is a science which or that studies living organisms. These pronouns are called relative pronouns. Some more relative pronouns are who, whose, whom, etc. Next, we will learn about interrogative pronouns. Some pronouns are used to ask questions. For example, what is your name? Which is your coat? Who is your coach? The underlined words are interrogative pronouns. In the next activity, you will see a set of sentences and questions on your screen. You have to underline the pronouns and also name their types. Okay? Then come, let's begin. Children, I hope you were able to underline and identify the types of pronouns. Come, let's have a look. In the first question, what do you want to do? What is an interrogative pronoun? You is a personal pronoun. Second sentence, it is because of your father that I feel no inequality. Your, I are personal pronouns. That is a relative pronoun. Third sentence, this is what your topic means. This is a demonstrative pronoun. Your is a personal pronoun. Fourth sentence, she is fascinated by the small trail which winds up the mountains. Which is a relative pronoun. She is a personal pronoun. Children, I hope you all liked today's session. I would like you all to please make some time and pen down what are your thoughts on equality of men and women. It would be nice if you can also share these thoughts and discuss them with your friends and family members. Children, till we meet next time, please take care. Bye-bye and stay safe.